Hi. I dissociated for a bit. That said, we're gonna be we're gonna be making an alt for this costume. So we have ourselves right here, and I think we're gonna start. So I had a poll done for. Sorry, brain doing brain things. New headset is a little disorienting, and by that I mean it's very clunky and it's distracting me. I'm not used to a headset fully covering both of my ears. But yeah, we got a new headset and we are going to more or less do a little bit of a makeup stream. So the thing that we're gonna want to do. We're going to tiny up all the layers. You can get a little bit of a preview of how we're doing everything. This is fine. Using the skeleton is fine, but we want to use the original thing. Now, there's a little bit of a reason why I'm not just drawing a whole new thing and I'm doing a little bit of I'm basically building off a little bit of my previous legwork. And the reasoning for that is because in the program that I'm using to project myself, PNGtuber, it will resize the image. So you want to make sure that the image is consistent so that you want to make sure that the image is consistent so that you don't have wildly different sized emotes. Because just because you need less space doesn't mean that you should use less space. Because with the same image size, you can have your the empty space of a of an equal size image will allow you to do things like duck for things like this. So that's why we're basically using the same, more or less. We're trying to make sure that the feet, the image size and where the feet are positioned are in relatively similar positions, so that it doesn't come out all wonky. But yeah, I got a new headset after all these years. I've been streaming off the same headset for a while. Just a little bit of a I guess a little bit of an indicator for brain, do the brain thing. No, yeah. One of the indicators of just like how old this headset was is that this headset was like $20 or something. It was a cheap USB headset And what had happened to it is last Monday, right after we beat I think the Trickmaster in Kingdom Hearts 1, I sort of pulled on the cord, and the cord was so old it the wires ripped out. Because I pulled on the cord to try and untangle it. Just a little bit. And then it fell apart. So we had to get a new headset. And so now I'm running with like a Razer headset, which its 16% volume is the same as the 100% volume of the last headset. So I don't know if that will translate into stream that well. So if you guys have any audio issues, well, or like if you guys have trouble hearing the music, then I would suggest, I guess, telling me. It's basically new headset hood this. Alright, we got the general shape of the head consistent. I want to lower it down a little bit because we want to be a little bit hunched for this pose. Like, yeah. We're going to be starting with the green emote, so something like this, but unlike the normal green emote, unlike the normal green emote, we're going to be doing it like a little gremlin-y. Because we ran a poll, and the poll basically went up and determined that we will be using... we'll be doing a onesie, sort of. Yeah, we lowered the head. And so... So we might want to... Yeah. We're not really using this, like, background layer to like, trace, more that we're using it to sort of get a gist of where everything is oriented. Because we kind of want the feet and the total image size to be roughly the same. That said, what should the onesie be? I'm thinking raccoon. You know what? Because it is a onesie, it wouldn't theoretically not even have shoes. I was thinking, oh yeah, let's draw shoes. But no, we don't need to do that. Because we can draw the foot a little bit like a sock. Sorry for the loud gulping noises. I do be a drinker. How should we do the arms for this? I had a thought, however. We might be able to save it for a different time. I was thinking, what if we had the arms like holding something? You know what? We can sort of do like... like this sort of thing. Like little claw hands. And then we have like... We have this, but then you... Like that. Honestly, I'm sort of liking it. So obviously with something like this, we need the actual like the hood part. Should we make the hood like a raccoon? It kind of continues into the like black and white motif that I tend to have the costumes take on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just sort of have like... maybe have like a little zigzag. We can... Like this sort of thing? This sort of dealio? And then maybe we can have the hood kind of go over a little bit. I think we can raise this up a little bit. Obviously, we're not gonna... They're gonna give like. We're gonna give them more like these sorts of eyes. Have the fun little detail of maybe a little bit like a bit of hair coming out from the hood. I love the idea of this sort of fantastical slime creature having a love for raccoons. Is that how a raccoon do? Yeah, sorta. That how raccoon do. Have a fun little zipper. I think we have the general frame all set up good. Maybe we want to shrink this bit down just a wee bit. Yeah, just so that they're both roughly the same size. All right, I think that's a good base. We obviously are gonna want the thing to be a little bit on the baggy end, so we'll do that. But other than that, I think we have like line thickness 3. I guess when we're done with this, I can sort of do a little like, hey, here's how you slot it in. Actually, let's sort of do something a little like this. Ah, dramatic as fuck music. Okay. Nope. Eyes and mouth are put onto their own layers for a reason. This tool is very nice. Helps with unsteady hands just a wee bit. Now we have like a little bit of a drip effect. Have the arm continue over to the hand proper. Obviously, this doesn't really fix everything, it just makes sure that everything's a little bit more steady. There we go. Yeah, one of the big mistakes with one of my emotes is that I didn't use the same image size. Though I guess we can amend that now that I think about it. Can sort of do multiple things today. There we go, put the little folds, and now we just sort of, we're gonna connect some dots real quick. Like so. A nice big zipper. Obviously add a little bit of dripping. Like a little bit of a drip. And honestly, for a base, I think that's more or less good. I think we can add a little bit of details, like maybe some additional folding here. Maybe. Actually, not feeling it. Maybe clean up the circle a little. Yeah, I think we're good. Now we can go to the next phase. We're going to be doing a couple of things with the background as we work on this, and it's for a reason. We want to make sure that we don't miss anything. Because obviously the thing with our PNGtuber model is that it has to be able to overlay most backgrounds without having any issues, like any holes. So that's one thing you gotta do. You get a lot more leeway if you're just drawing it as part of a larger picture. And that's just because the nature of a picture. It's like it only needs to look good on one background. Sometimes the background blends in with the image, and just enough so that it isn't even really a factor whether or not it is an actual clean drawing. But that's a wait. Can we get a good look at raccoon underbelly? They have lighter fur on their underbelly, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that works. That works well. Alright. Alright, now we're more or less just coloring in between the lines. We're done with the line art. We don't need to completely fill in everything. We just need Mostly the outlines of it to be completely good. And we're going to be doing a couple passovers with different colored backgrounds. We're just using red for now. Especially because the emote we're going to put in this is going to be... The emote we're going to be putting in this is going to be green. And we want a background that contrasts highly. So far, I'm kind of getting the gist that starting at a later time isn't actually helping my stream all that often. Maybe if we did that at an even later time, but I don't know. I'd have to reorient my entire sleep schedule for that to work. I'd also have to be very careful because, like, if I go overtime during the morning, that just means I sleep a little less. If I go overtime in the evening, that means I go to work late, and that's a significantly larger issue. Because then that threatens my job security, and while I love you guys, I don't want to be homeless. This is not an endeavor that will keep the lights on. That said, I do commissions. So maybe you can add a snack or two to my life, but I doubt this is ever gonna be like live off of money sort of stuff. Seems very unlikely for me. Not with my luck, at the very least. However, I am more or less doing this for the love of it. I wouldn't be doing this for 5 years if, with like very little traction, very little upward momentum. I wouldn't be doing it for 5 years if I didn't like doing this. Like, I like doing this, so. I'm okay with being just a persistent little weed in the concrete. I ain't exactly growing tall, but I'm having my own fun. Have a little darker ears. Gotta fill the holes. Hey, yo. Hey. So I'm just a little immature. My hotkey for my neutral and my tired expression rotate the canvas on this art program. Actually, let's lounge up a little bit. There we go, a little lighter for patches. Good thing about having, it's going to come up in a bit, but the good thing about having the previous, about having like a base to go off of when making something like this, is that it makes it a lot easier to get certain things consistent. Making sure our coloring's a little clean, or cleaner. Got a little bit of leeway to do some cleanup here. It's usually where you have like this sort of messy line work where you're going to get a lot of the like the gaps. But we can sort of fix the gaps as we go along. There we go. Now we go for a very dark gray, looking near black. We might workshop the eyes a little bit. I might go for like white, like little marbles. Speaking of a little bit of cleanup, let's clean up that line work just a little bit. Coming out nice. Alright, let's actually take from the other model a little bit. Let's color pick so that we keep consistency. There we go. We have our hair. Which might not even matter because I tend to have the tips of the hair be like a brighter color than whatever I have the slime be. But you know, for now. Let's go like a full neutral with the zipper. Not too dark, not too bright. There we go. And then do a little bit of cleanup. Alright, now we got our lime green, which is going to contrast with the red a lot. Also, try to remember the thickness of line you used for whatever base you make. So for example, I'm pretty sure I used line thickness 3 with this particular brush. Because inconsistent line work is also noticeable. Because the green is something that changes color, that's part of like what changes color on something like this, or like on my persona. I don't need to be too strict about getting the exact color, because it's very easy to just sort of like play off, like, well, you know, just there's a whole gradient to begin with, so. All right. Now let's go and do a blue background to make sure we have like make sure we're not missing anything with our coloring, like there. That's why I use the different color backgrounds. Because sometimes the different pixels play differently with that light. So just making sure that nothing gets past, because we wouldn't want that coming up in the middle of a stream, now would we? The audience member might not notice it because the character model is very tiny, but like, I don't know, it depends on how high of a resolution they have that stuff on. It could be a legitimate factor. So I tend to do my best to make sure that there's no like empty space in the character model itself unless it's intentional. Each passover should be easier and easier to find the stray blue pixel, like the stray empty pixels. Okay, I think we're good on that front. Yeah, I think we have all the. All right, and then just another passover. This one's going to be a little bit harder simply because our character model is actually that green, so it'd be harder to tell if that's an empty pixel or not. But we want to see if the empty pixels are gonna be showing up on the actual character, like on the actual thing. I think we're good. I think the first two passovers got everything. Just in case though, let's this. See if there's any like secret yellow pixel hiding spot. I usually just do red, blue, and then green, and that usually covers everything. I think we're more or less good. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. And then we can get on to shading. A little bit of shine. The top of each bit of zipper. Would have some shine, and you just sort of do a little bit of airbrushing. A nice, chill, and relaxed stream. Now we go for the actual shade, which we're gonna do this for. You can get more consistent shading by having it be solid color, but lower the opacity of the layer itself. Now we kind of do the reverse of what we did earlier. Now the bottom of every segment has a little bit of shading to it. Not too worried if shading and lighting overlaps, because, you know, that sort of happens in real life. You can put a little bit of hard shading where like the tufts of fur would sort of connect. You can sort of add texture this way. Now we just sort of do this. Voila! We got our little undershading. I like this costume. I really like raccoons, and this is nice. This is a nice homage to the sort of raccoon alt that I made for a collab that never really happened. It never got back to me, probably because I do PNG stuff. Or they got busy, or whatever. You know the deal. I also got a little bit more of a cumbersome schedule, but other than that... Yeah, I had a little bit of a raccoon alt model a real long time ago. It's a nice little reference to that. Alright, for the next step, I could do soft shading, but I would rather not, actually. I think we're gonna make the executive decision to just don't. There we go. We got our little bit of glowing. Now for the actual noting. We want these sorts of eyes. I kind of want the eyes to be a little even though. Here's the thing, that right eyes. Very good. I want the left eye to match. Reposition that a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna, oops. I know the eyes don't make all too much sense with shading, but we kind of want the emotes to be particularly readable. Oh, honestly? Yeah, we could just have the light glow. I think that's good enough. Now we have this. Oops, wrong brush. Sorry, I had the humor. Honestly, instead of the very, like, unstable face, we can just sort of... like that. Have our closed mouth emote. So I guess also mild shading, whatever. Boop. And we can have ourselves an open version. You know what? We'll keep the same general structure. We tend to have the inside of the mouth be a little darker. The tongue be a little bit desaturated. Teething. All right. Let's just do something to be sure. Because now we can save this. Save this as this would be my eyes open, mouth closed. Now we make the alt with the mouth open. I tend to label it like EO, MO. Oh. The slime. Yep. Sorry if you can't see the image. I'm saving the result. And some of the content in my folders might not be stream friendly. So I turned the thing off just to be sure. But we're gonna be done in just a second. Alright. Alright, we're gonna be doing the thing. Hello, class. You're gonna see some Inception stuff. Alright, so here's the program I use to do my PNGtuber stuff. Good old Vieto 2. We have ourselves a new state, state 16. And what we're gonna want to do what we're gonna want to do is we're going to want to, the first emote is gonna be closed mouth, but the eyes are open. So we're gonna have onesie happy EOMC. Ta-da! Okay, but we're not nearly done yet. So we got that emote. Then we are going to take out MOEO. Wait. Whoops. I grabbed the wrong one. My bad. I saw green and I pressed. There we go. Now we could speak. Ta-da. Now we have our closed eyes variant. So we're gonna have our eyes closed, mouth closed, so ECMC. And then we're gonna have ECMO. Yep, there we go. And now we have our onesie. I realized that there's no shadow. Whoops. Well, we know how we can fix this. Also, there's something about the lighting that's a little... I think we could use to make the face a little brighter. It seems a little too... basic. There we go. Brighten that up. Alright, there we go. We have a shadow. Now we can... Here, I'm going to close the window off again, just to be sure, but... Let's fix our mistake real quick. So, go to eyes closed, mouth open. Now we open the eyes, and then we basically grab, slot that into eyes and mouth open. And then we close the mouth, and then we save it under eyes open, mouth closed. There we go, we can there. I don't think it'll fix itself automatically, so we just gotta do everything over again. See if the fixes to the slime are good. Eyes open, mouth closed. There we go. Now we have a shadow for exactly one emote, or like one state of that. That's fine. We can get it one by one. Then every time it blinks. Then we, last but not least, there we go. We have our onesie. We can wear that for a little bit of time. So I normally do 2-hour streams, but I think we can end that one there. This is a makeup stream for only doing 1 hour Tuesday, or not Tuesday, 1 hour back during Monday, and we did only. I feel it's okay for us to only do 1 hour here. This is just sort of a nice tech test. I can watch over this to see if the new headphone and the audio settings are all good. It's also just a fun little thing. So we can send this off. Thank you for watching. Also, just the last little thing, of course, if you want a glow effect, just airbrush over a solid color. Thank you for watching. Anyhow, Twitch, you can find me on YouTube. YouTube, you can find me on Twitch. For the art stuff, I'll typically be posting on Twitter, Blue Sky, when I find the time to do so, Newgrounds, and co-host. I'll see you guys around. I'll see you guys next Friday. And then after next Friday, we're gonna go back to our old schedule, picking up Final Fantasy XIV again. Without further ado, goodbye. It's been very fun.